Right now feels like one of those moments in NASCAR where something huge just happened, and the entire fan base can feel it, but nobody can quite agree on what it means yet. Because on one side, we might be watching the start of something historic, the kind of run that people talk about for years. But on the other side, the conversation around the garage, around social media, around the fan base, it's already getting complicated. Way more complicated than it probably should be. Something just happened in the Cup Series that we almost never see in modern NASCAR. The kind of start to a season that makes the entire field stop and look around like, wait a second, what is going on here? Some fans are celebrating it like the birth of a new powerhouse. Others are raising eyebrows, asking questions, connecting dots that may or may not even exist. And honestly, that tension right there is exactly why this story has the whole NASCAR world buzzing today. So in this video, we're going to break down everything that just unfolded. The performance that shocked the garage, the reactions from inside the sport, and why this moment is already creating way more noise than anyone expected this early in the season. But before we jump in real quick, if you're a true NASCAR fan who lives for these kinds of moments every single week, go ahead and drop a like on this video and consider subscribing to the channel. RACECAR Nation Report is a brand new channel, and the goal right now is to hit our first 500 subscribers with real fans who love talking NASCAR the way we do. Now, let's get into what actually happened. Because when you lay the whole thing out step by step, this start to the 2026 season is honestly unbelievable. The driver at the center of all this is Tyler Reddick, driving the number 45 car for 23XI Racing. And what he just did at Circuit of the Americas didn't just win another race, it put him alone in the NASCAR history books. Let's rewind. Reddick opened the 2026 season by winning the Daytona 500, one of the biggest wins any driver can dream of in this sport. Then he followed it up by winning again the very next week at Atlanta. Right there, he had already done something rare. Only 6 drivers in Cup Series history had ever started a season by winning the first 2 races. But then came March 1st at Circuit of the Americas, and that's where things went from impressive to historic. Because Tyler Reddick won again, 3 races, 3 wins. No driver in the entire history of the NASCAR Cup Series had ever opened a season by winning the first 3 races. Not Richard Petty, not Dale Earnhardt, not Jeff Gordon, not Jimmy Johnson. Nobody. Until now. And the craziest part? This wasn't some lucky strategy call or fuel mileage gamble. Reddick started from the pole position, led 58 of the 95 laps, and won by almost 4 seconds. That's flat-out domination. The guy chasing him at the end. Shane van Gisbergen, widely considered one of the best road course drivers in the world. SVG came into COTA trying to tie Jeff Gordon's record with a 6th straight road course victory. Instead, he spent the final laps chasing Reddick and never got close enough to make a move. After the race, Reddick talked about how mentally exhausting those last laps were. He knew exactly who was behind him. His goal was simple: manage the gap, stay clean, and don't make a mistake, because SVG doesn't give you a second chance if you do. And yet, the number 45 team held him off anyway. For Reddick, this was a massive personal moment too. He called it a world-class moment for himself and for the entire 2-3 Racing organization. The team had been frustrated about getting outrun on road courses, so winning at COTA against a driver like Van Gisbergen meant everything. But the story doesn't stop there, because when you zoom out, the bigger picture gets even more interesting. Reddick went completely winless in 2025. Now suddenly he's the hottest driver in the entire sport. And for 23XI Racing, this run is historic in its own right. They've now become the first team to win the opening 3 races of a NASCAR season since Petty Enterprises did it back in 1963. That's legendary company. And of course, people are paying attention because of who owns this team, Michael Jordan. After the race, Jordan had a quote that immediately exploded online. Said it's time for change. Now some people tried to spin that like he was taking a shot at NASCAR. But when you hear his full comments, that's not what he meant at all. Jordan was talking about a shift for 23XI Racing, a shift in how the team is viewed, a shift in where they stand in the competitive order. He also gave full credit to Denny Hamlin as the mastermind behind building the team, identifying the driver, assembling the group, and creating the structure that made this run possible. And Jordan is planning to be at Phoenix next weekend as Reddick goes for 4 wins in a row. Another emotional reaction came from Kurt Busch, the original driver of the number 45 car before his concussion forced him to step away. After the win, Busch publicly congratulated Reddick, Hamlin, Jordan, crew chief Billy Scott, and the entire 2-3 organization. He said he couldn't be more proud and called the moment history. That means something. Kurt Busch helped build that car's identity, and now he's watching it become the center of the NASCAR world. But now, let's talk about the part of this story making the most noise. Because while a lot of fans are celebrating, another part of the fan base is already getting suspicious. Online conversations and message boards have started floating a theory. Some fans are pointing out that 2-3 Racing and Front Row Motorsports settled their antitrust legal fight with NASCAR back in December. And now that 2-3 suddenly can't stop winning, few people are connecting those dots, wondering if something happened behind the scenes as part of that settlement. But right now, that's all it is. A theory. With zero evidence, against the strongest evidence against it, is the race itself. NASCAR's official post-race inspection found absolutely no issues with the number 45 car. Everything was legal. And the driver who finished second, Shane van Gisbergen, had every reason to speak up if something seemed off. But he didn't. Instead, he praised Reddick and said the 45 car was simply very good. He said his own team just lacked a little turn and a little drive compared to Reddick's setup. So if fans are feeling suspicious, it's more about timing and emotion than anything factual. Now let's look at the standings. After COTA, Reddick leads the championship with 186 points, a massive 70-point lead over his teammate. Bubba Wallace in second with 116. Chase Elliott is third with 114. Ryan Blaney fourth with 100. Shane van Gisbergen and Joey Logano are tied for fifth with 90. Further back, Denny Hamlin sits 23rd, Christopher Bell 24th, and Alex Bowman way down in 36th with just 23 points. Under NASCAR's new points format, wins are worth 20 extra points compared to second place, and Reddick is cashing in on that harder than anyone we've ever seen after just 3 races. So the big question heading into Phoenix, can anyone stop Tyler Reddick? Or will the noise around 2-3 racing get even louder if the number 45 wins again? Because if that happens, we might be witnessing the beginning of one of the most unbelievable starts to a NASCAR season this sport has ever seen. Honestly, as NASCAR fans, moments like this are exactly why we watch every single week. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think this is simply a dominant team finally putting it all together? Or do you think the suspicion around 2-3 racing is only going to grow from here? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy real NASCAR conversations like this, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. RACECAR Nation Report is still brand new, and we're working hard to reach our first 500 subscribers with true NASCAR fans who love this sport as much as we do. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.